Romelu Lukaku and Thomas Tuchel going into it about comments that Lukaku shouldn't have made. Let's get into it. How was he firing shots at Chelsea and saying he still loves Inter Milan? Ridiculous. Welcome to the Kavkas View. Happy New Year's Eve. And this wouldn't be Chelsea if there wasn't one last scandal of 2021, would it? In a year that we've won the Champions League, thanked Frank Lampard, re-signed Romelu Lukaku, went on a run that literally showed us as invincible in defense, went on a run that showed us we can't score a goal to save our life, to now Romelu Lukaku giving us one last treat. As a content creator, I love this. This is easy. I just sit down, I go on Twitter, 2 seconds I find some content. Other days, not so much, but Chelsea is the club that keeps giving. No wonder there's so many channels like that. This is ridiculous. Romelu Lukaku's comments today stink. We've got an update on Reece James and what's going on with him. Bad news, by the way. And Christensen is gone. That's what I'm going to tell you guys. But that will be covered in another video. But we're going to stick with Romelu Lukaku and Reece James today. Let's start with Rom. By the way, yes you, I want to hit 200 likes today. So hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and support the Kavkas View. I bring you guys good news, charisma, entertainment. You know the deal. Come on, people. You know you want to do it. So yesterday, I posted my video a little bit earlier than normal. I posted my video a little bit earlier. I was like, I'm done for 2021. No more videos. And in the evening, Romelu Lukaku's scandalous interview dropped. I can't call it anything else than that. Sky Italia did an interview with Romelu Lukaku. But before we get into that interview, we need to talk about the background behind this. Romelu Lukaku joined Chelsea from Inter Milan. We all know that for 97.5 million. When he joined, he said he wants to retire at Chelsea. He said the only reason he came is because it's Chelsea. And the only reason he is here is because he feels like there's a destiny that he has to achieve at Chelsea. So this paints a picture of an individual that wants to retire here, wants to be at Chelsea for the foreseeable future, and Chelsea is his life. Then it didn't start off too great. Romelu Lukaku got injured, he got the vid, everything just started panning out in the wrong way. Tuchel stopped playing him as much because he tried to get him fully match fit before he threw him back into a high intensity system. Romelu Lukaku, on the other hand, 3 weeks ago decides to go and do this. Romelu Lukaku decides to go to Sky Italia and have a sit-down half-an-hour interview. In this interview, he discusses 2 major things. Number 1, which I don't have a problem with, he says one day he wants to return to Inter Milan. He wants to play for that great club. He only left because it was Chelsea. And more importantly, one day he wants to play for them when he's not at the end of his prime, when he's still fully functioning, when he's going to still bang goals, and when he's still ready to have an input there. So this means Rom's going in a year or a year and a half, because Rom's not going to play late into his 30s, in my opinion. I don't have an issue with that. We'll talk about what I think about that. But these were the comments. Then he decides to proceed and say this, and this pisses me off. He isn't happy with the way Chelsea are using him. He isn't happy with the way we're playing. He will remain professional, but he's still not happy. And for me, this is that. You cannot say that, because by coming out and saying that, you're defeating the purpose of the object that you were saying you were going to do, saying you were going to be professional. It's not professional to go behind your employer's back and talk about it. So of course, today, 9 o'clock in the morning, behind closed doors, Thomas Tuchel had a press conference that, and quotes got released. Thomas Tuchel absolutely did not hold back punches. And he said along the lines of, this is the first time we're aware of Lukaku being upset. He should have discussed this in-house. We'll try to fix this, but this should have never got out. And for me, this is spot on. And now I'm going to give you guys my perspective of this whole issue, because I think it's important that you have all the details. You go away and make up your own minds. I don't want to influence your decision. I will give you my perspective, and I'm happy to debate with people respectfully in the comment section. Let's start with the Inter Milan statement. The Inter Milan statements are stinky. They are. But I don't care. Players don't love football clubs. Players love bank accounts. Players love their pockets. Players don't play for the badge. Romelu Lukaku played for Manchester United, Inter Milan, Anderlecht, Everton, West Brom, Chelsea. He is not a Chelsea fan. He is a fan of Romelu Lukaku's career. Every player is a fan of their name's career. And I don't hold that against them, because clubs sell players first opportunity they get. So I've got no issue with him saying one day he wants to return to Inter Milan. I've got no problem with that. The area which I have a problem with Romelu Lukaku is Rom did not need to go to Sky Italia and talk about tax. He did not need to talk about how he's being misused. He did not need to go and talk about how he's unhappy. Because for me, This is his ego talking. This isn't Romelu Lukaku saying what's best for Chelsea. This isn't Romelu Lukaku, the company man. This isn't Romelu Lukaku, the man that's meant to represent Chelsea Football Club and cares at the leadership contents. Because at this moment in time, he is the leader of that team. He's the leader of the pride. He is the head lion of the team. £97.5 million without add-ons was invested into this man to bang, to flourish, to be Chelsea's knight in shining armor. And he repays Chelsea in 3 months later by going on an interview with Sky Italia and telling them, I am not happy at Chelsea, basically. Because that's what he said. He basically spat in Tuchel's face, because going behind Tuchel's back is spitting in Tuchel's face. There's no respect. That's not a respectful way to handle you. There is professionalism and there is respect. Professionalism is something you have to do. Respect is something you earn. And I think Tuchel earned that from him. Tuchel's been nothing but complimentary to Romelu Lukaku since he's come in. He said the right things. He's never blamed him. He's never pointed a finger at him. When really, Lukaku hasn't been pulling up trees, has he? I don't think Chelsea are beyond criticism here either. Because I think Tuchel coming out and having such an iron fist and such a strong stance onto this is representative of what Chelsea told him to. I don't think Tuchel comes out and goes tit for tat with Romelu Lukaku with wording unless he openly has the backing of Marina Garavskaya or Roman Abramovich. Because I don't see it. I really don't see him coming out and putting his neck out on the line like that. What does he have to win? And another thing, he openly says Rom has not voiced his opinion to anybody at the club. So by that I mean any senior members of staff. Tuchel, assistant coach, anyone that is above the assistant coach basically does not know. He most probably spoke to the players, but the players aren't going to go and snitch. That's the difference. So for me, Rom had to deal with it in-house first. This isn't the end of the world. That's another thing we need to say. This isn't go sell Romelu Lukaku. You can't sell Romelu Lukaku. He is trapped in his contract. Part of the reason why I didn't want to sign him in the first place. It's a player that's at the end of his career, not much development left, and what is he going to do now? Is he an asset that we're going to resell? No, no one's going to pay that money for him. We were the only club stupid enough to go sign him. But for me personally, Chelsea are not to blame here, but at the same time, Lukaku needs to be smarter in this. He has to be absolutely smarter. Finally, and I really stand strongly against this point, I feel like a lot of footballers are trying to get the power into their own court. And when I say that, I mean like this. Look, NBA players are very popular at this point. A lot of NBA players hold NBA franchises by the balls. You look at LeBron James, controls the Lakers. He decides who joins. Didn't want the Buddy Hield move, opted to go get Russell Westbrook, we'll go with his experiment. KD controls what happens with the net. DeAndre Jordan will be playing KD's friend. You look at Steph Curry, he controls the Warriors. Franchise players control clubs, right? Now you look at the football entity, and when you look at the football entity, this doesn't occur. It's very rare. Messi was the last one. And when Ramos tried it at Real Madrid, Madrid told him to kick. Other players have tried it, they got told to dip. Only club maybe that right now that is run by players is PSG. And that's the only entity. No one at Manchester United, no one at Man City, no one at Liverpool, no one at Bayern, no one even at Real Madrid. Perez runs that ship. Ronaldo tried to get a new deal. He got told to dip. And at the end of the day, this is a culture war. And this is exactly it. Players will want what's best for players. Clubs will want what's best for the clubs. But I think players need to understand one thing. There is defending yourself and there's speaking out. I'm all for player empowerment. But at the same time, you need to remember, you are an employee. And when you're an employee, you can't go out and speak against the entity that pays you your bank account, in your bank account, a large hefty salary every month. It doesn't matter whatever they pay you. You've signed the deal. You can't go out and speak out against your employer. It doesn't work like that. There's respect, professionalism, and integrity. I think people forget that, and it's very, very easy to forget that because people think they're larger than life characters. And this is the issue. This was the same with Antoine Griezmann when he came out and leaks a video saying he's leaving Atletico Madrid and no bid was accepted, bro. Where are you going? What have you just done? You can't do that. Mbappe coming out saying, I'm leaving. Whether you like it or not, I'm leaving. It's disrespectful to your employers. Clubs don't come out and say, Mbappe is getting sold. Come get him. Maybe they should, but it's just a lack of etiquette from both parties that needs to be sorted out. But players get paid a wage, so they're employees. And I think when you're an employee of someone, you have to have some sort of respect towards that. That's just my opinion. Finally, a quick update on the 4-1-1. Reece James looks like he's out for a while. It's a hamstring tear. It's not a pull. It's a tear. So that could be anywhere between 4 to 8 weeks. And this is a pity and this is a shame, because right now we've got a run-in that is disgusting. We've got no fullbacks. Chelsea will be forced to go into the market, in my opinion, and go get somebody that's competent. I don't know what they're going to do. There's an update on Christensen. Christensen will be leaving because Andreas Christensen has a new agent, which means he's going to want to move. He has no intention of re-signing with Chelsea at this moment in time. Boo-hoo, who cares? We'll replace him, no biggie. But the Reece James deal is actually worrying. Peeps, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I hope you enjoyed this video. I am dying to hear your views. I really am. A lot of people have given me a lot of stick for my stance. I don't think it's right. Peace out. I'm out.